Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Don't miss Mark Zona of Zona's Awesome Fishing Show coming to the Corbin Arena Friday night, January 14th from 4 till 8 during the 2022 Kentucky Fishing Expo.
Contact your local cable company to get in the circle.
Coming up, snowfall totals continue to go up, what road crews are doing, and what you need to do to stay safe. And we'll hear from Senator Rand Paul about the tornadoes out in western Kentucky and the work being done to help our neighbors recover.
And our severe weather alert day continues as snow continues to fall outside. I'll have the very latest trends and look at Pinpoint Doppler right now at 5:30.
Dedicated to southern and eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. We still have a few more hours of this as snow continues to fall, and police everywhere are urging folks to stay off the roads. Crashes are reported all over the place. Meteorologist Evan Hatter begins our severe weather alert day coverage. Evan.
Yes, Steve, that's right. We've seen plenty of snow piling up on the roadways, including on interstate highways throughout the afternoon and evening hours as the afternoon turns into evening. I-64, I-75, both very rough goes, especially as you head out towards places like Lexington. Over the last little bit, this is a live look at I-75 at London. Still a few cars on the roadway. We want to caution you, don't get out unless you have to. And even then, should only be in an emergency situation because we're trying to get some of those roadways scraped off. The road crews out there with the transportation cabinet trying to get those out. But it's just, we're seeing snow rates of up to an inch per hour, and that's what's causing issues out there. London Corbin Airport, yeah. You can't see the runway. You can't see the path to the runway, and temperatures have fallen now 3 degrees just in the last hour. We're at 24 now at the London Corbin Airport. You see the heaviest bands of snow beginning to work into places like Clay County, up into Owsley County. That's going to slowly shift to the east over the next little bit, pushing to the east now. You also see into portions of Perry, into Knott, Floyd County, seeing some heavy snowfall up into portions, northern parts of Pike County through Martin County, seeing some very heavy snowfall right now. Again, rates up to an inch or more per hour, and we're not done with it yet. You see that back edge is still west of Bowling Green. So the heaviest snow working through now. We'll get a break from the heaviest snow, but we'll still have a chance for snow through the evening hours. Already seeing those temperatures drop. Upper 20s, low 30s, even some mid-20s already, 25 in Jackson, 21 Irvin, 19 in Lexington. So, yes, we are still going to be dealing with some very cold temperatures. You want to download that WYMT weather app. If you don't have it now, go ahead and scan that code on your screen over here in the next couple of seconds because that's going to take you to a download code to download that on both Google Play and the Apple App Store because even once the snow stops, we're going to be dealing with absolutely frigid cold temperatures as we head through the nighttime hours tonight. I'll have that full breakdown coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you very much. The snow started really piling up around 3 o'clock this afternoon here in Hazard, earlier to the west and later out toward the Big Sandy. Let's check in live with meteorologist Cameron Aaron outside our station to see how much is on the ground now. Cameron?
Yes, Steve, it is a winter wonderland here outside the station in Hazard. The snow is still coming down at a pretty good clip right now. And like I mentioned earlier, this snow is more of that dry snow. So I know a lot of the kids are probably wanting to build snowmen and do the snowballs. Not really the best snow to do that, though. I do want to get out my ruler and see what we are looking at right now in terms of snowfall totals. Now, earlier, during the 4:30 hour, we had about 2.5 inches out there. Right now, we are looking at right around 4 inches on top of this car. Now, again, that's not very official. However, that is giving a good look at what we are looking at right now here outside the studio as snow continues to fall. Like Evan just mentioned, more snow possible for the next hour or two here in eastern Kentucky. And the roads behind me here, you can see normally this road will be pretty busy at this hour, just after the 5:30 hour. But right now, the good news is not many people out and about right now. We want to keep it to stay that way as we go towards tonight and into your Friday morning commute, as icy roads and difficult travel is definitely possible. But thankfully, like I said, this dry snow, not really looking at a big power outage threat. However, that is something that we'll be watching throughout the rest of tonight and into our Friday.
All right, Cameron, thank you very much. Well, the highest elevations, like in Harlan County, could see the most snow from today's winter storm, maybe upwards of 8 inches. WYMT's Jade Saylor talks with county officials about the plans they have made to keep the roads as clear and safe as possible.
Harlan County officials began preparing for this snowstorm Thursday morning, using salt trucks to try and minimize dangerous road conditions.
This morning we wanted to get out there because it's going to be just a snow event and do some pre-treating of our hills and places that are on county roads that are that causes a lot of problems generally in snow events.
The snow began falling in Harlan County around 1 p.m. and is expected to continue through the evening Thursday.
We're anticipating anywhere from 4 to 8 inches, maybe even more in higher elevations.
Judge Executive Dan Mosley says not only is it safer to stay off the roads, but it makes it easier for road crews to manage the conditions.
When there are more people driving on the snow that's fallen, you have more wrecks. It packs the snow down. It makes it harder to clear the road. So this type of event is more of a complicated one than one when we see it snows overnight and crews are out in the morning or overnight hours clearing.
Harlan County has several high elevation regions accumulating more snow that will be more difficult to drive in.
Harlan County has 11 of Kentucky's 15 highest peaks. So that's beautiful when people want to hike and stuff like that, but when it's snowing, it causes a lot of problems.
Although the snow is expected to stop before Friday, the roads will not be clear everywhere due to low temperatures.
The temperatures get to 11 degrees like they're going to get tonight. It makes it difficult for the salt to work.
The county road crews will continue to work until sundown, and the state road crews will be working through the night. In Harlan County, Jade Saylor, WYMT Mountain News.
Judge Executive Dan Mosley warns folks that do have to drive in these conditions to watch for slick spots that will not be cleared due to lack of sunlight or salt treatment. Senator Rand Paul says he has been home from Washington since yesterday, saying he wanted to get back to Bowling Green before the snow hit. On the topic of weather, the senator says he and his wife went to Bowling Green immediately after tornadoes hit western Kentucky in December. He and his wife have been working with local charities to help those impacted, and says his campaign also donated $100,000 to help with rebuilding efforts.
Pretty amazing outpouring of help for folks. I saw people distributing water. These are all volunteers. This isn't the government. These are just people helping their friends and neighbors. We saw people from churches in Ohio who had come down to help with chainsaws.
Senator Paul says he plans to return to Dawson Springs during the week of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. We are learning more about the settlement between Jeffrey Epstein and a woman who accused him of trafficking and sexual abuse. The 2009 agreement between Virginia Giuffre and Jeffrey Epstein was unsealed Monday as part of a separate lawsuit against Britain's Prince Andrew. Giuffre claimed Epstein sexually abused her and trafficked her to others, including the Duke of York. The prince has denied the allegations. In the settlement, Epstein agreed to pay $500,000 without admitting to any liability or fault. Prince Andrew's lawyers say in return, Giuffre agreed to release Epstein and other potential defendants from any claims. A federal judge in California has rejected a bid to dismiss Vanessa Bryant's lawsuit over the sharing of photos from Kobe Bryant's helicopter crash site. The NBA legend, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others were killed when the helicopter crashed into a hillside in January of 2020. The lawsuit claims photos from the scene were shared by county fire and sheriff's department workers in settings irrelevant to the investigation, including a bar. The lawsuit claims civil rights violations, negligence, emotional distress, and violation of privacy. It seeks undisclosed damages. In his denial of the request on Wednesday, the judge said, quote, "There are genuine issues of material facts for trial." Today, the nation pauses to reflect on the one-year anniversary of the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol. 5 people died as a result of the attack, and more than 700 people have been charged with crimes stemming from that day. CBS's Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill with a look at the commemorations in Washington.
These images from 1 year ago when rioters attacked the U.S. Capitol will be forever etched in the minds of the lawmakers and everyone else here on January 6th.
Those of us trapped in the gallery, we lived it. Ducking, crawling, under, over railings, hands, knees, the sounds, the smells.
Former Vice President Dick Cheney joined his daughter, Wyoming Congresswoman Liz Cheney, on the House floor for a moment of silence. The president and vice president came to Capitol Hill to mark the solemn occasion.
The American spirit is being tested.
In fiery remarks, President Biden put the blame squarely on his predecessor.
For the first time in our history, a president had not just lost an election, he tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power as a violent mob breached the Capitol. But they failed. They failed.
Former President Trump canceled a planned news conference but released a statement calling today's events, quote, political theater and repeating false claims about the 2020 election.
Donald Trump today continues to spread his poisonous vial about the big lie.
Senate Democrats took to the floor to mark the anniversary and demand passage of voting rights legislation, while emotional support dogs like Douglas made the rounds to put people at ease outside the chamber. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
This afternoon, lawmakers joined demonstrators at a rally and march in Washington to call for voting rights legislation. It will be followed by a candlelight vigil at the Capitol. The U.S. is imposing new COVID-19 restrictions on military bases. U.S. forces in Japan say all personnel have to wear masks while off base, regardless of vaccination status. COVID-19 tests will also be required before arrival, upon arrival, and while in Japan. The decision comes after local governments criticized the U.S. military for failing to contain the spread of the virus at military bases. Japan has seen a rise in COVID-19 cases lately, particularly in Okinawa. 623 new infections were reported Wednesday, a significant jump from 225 just the previous day. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30 from the CES in Las Vegas, a look at some of the new television models coming out in 2022.
And continuing to watch the snow fall throughout the area. I'll have the very latest when we move the snow out and the frigid temperatures move back in. Coming up.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend at the Corbin Civic Center. Browse the largest display of hot tubs and swim spas in the region and up to 50% off. That's the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend at the Corbin Civic Center. Visit hottubshow.us.
Got a nice cut here.
Oh, goodness, let me see it. Thank you so much. I've got one. Can I help you with that?
Being a nurse is not just what you do. It's who you are. Realize your potential at a college dedicated to nothing else. Start your tomorrow today at Galen College of Nursing.
Store-wide is this Friday and Saturday. Save big on items store-wide.
This Friday and Saturday, save on Pick 5 meat, Pick 5 produce, Food Club shredded cheese, and more.
Appalachian Wireless has a plan to make your life simpler. Forward pay. No contract, no credit check, no problem. Plans start at just $19.99 a month and include unlimited talk and text. Add 3 gigabyte of data for only $29.99 a month. 6 gigabyte of data, $39.99. Or take it to the max with unlimited data plus, only $89.99, which has 50 gigabytes of high-speed data. All the features without the long-term commitment. It's forward pay because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Of
course the AC dies in the middle of summer. Luckily, we're members of American Home Shield.
American Home Shield provides home service plans that help cover the costs when parts of more than 20 home systems and appliances wear out, like our AC just did. And if they can't repair it, they'll replace it.
This is totally fine. I don't have to worry about finding someone to fix my fridge. I can just stick to making breakfast. American Home Shield has flexible plans to fit your budget and needs.
This old toilet's been flushing for 3 hours straight. It's no biggie, though. My American Home Shield plan covers items no matter their age. I already showered today. For a free quote, go to ahs.com. That's ahs.com. You stay.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend at the Corbin Civic Center. Browse the largest display of hot tubs and swim spas in the region from 5 major brands at huge discounts. Show admission is free. That's this weekend at the Corbin Civic Center. Visit hottubshow.us.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
We are 6 days into the new year, and we already have our second statewide emergency declaration from Governor Beshear. Just coming in, the governor has declared a state of emergency due to the snowfall, obviously, on New Year's Day. One was declared because of tornadoes, severe weather, flooding, snow, eventually. It's just been a crazy start to the new year, and it's going to be nasty out there tonight.
Yeah, what a year this week has been already. No pun intended. But we've still got more snow to go before the night is over with, and we still have several inches to go, I think, in many spots, on top of several inches that have already fallen. We're seeing reports from our counties in West Virginia, Wayne, Logan, and Mingo, 6 to 7 inches. Some of that beginning to work into southeast Kentucky as well. So we still have plenty to go before the night is over. So let's get right to the maps, because not only are we going to be dealing with cold from the snow, but on the back side of it, really cold air beginning to move in. Most of us in the upper 20s to near 30 right now. You see Irvin at 21, Moorhead at 21. That's that frigid air beginning to move in. And Lexington now sitting at just 19 degrees at the moment. Factor in the wind, it's even colder than that. Central Kentucky feels like 10 degrees. 14 degrees, that feels like temperature. Somerset and Monticello, it feels like 12 degrees in London tonight. Pikeville Medical Center camera out there right now. You see plenty of snow still falling. The visibility there kind of being lit up there by the orange lights of the city there. So actually kind of a postcard scene with some of the snow that's already fallen. Pinpoint Doppler out there right now. The heaviest bands of snow working through the Big Sandy now as we head through our West Virginia counties into Martin and Pike counties in Kentucky, back through portions of Floyd, Knott into Letcher County. Get a bit of a break as you head into portions of Perry County, but another heavier wave of snow beginning to work into portions of Leslie County, moving out of Clay County, out of Owsley County into Breathitt County here before too long. And we're not done yet. Let's look at some of those reports that are going on, or that I should say that we have, and in many cases, we are more than 4, 5, 6 inches of snow as we look at these reports continuing across portions of Floyd and back into Magoffin County. And we're not done yet as we head through the remainder of the evening hours. Everything here pushing on off to the east. Still a heavier pocket of snowfall just to the south and east of Bowling Green. The end is in sight, though. It's on the other side of Bowling Green now. So while we'll get the heavy snow on out of here over the next hour or two, we're not done with the snow just yet. We've got plenty more to go throughout the evening hours. So snow will be with us, at least until we get to the late evening hours. Overnight lows down into the low teens as we head into tonight. Here's those storm total expectations again. Already seeing snow totals at or above some of these, 5 to 8 inches for much of the area in that pink color. And we're already seeing some higher totals even in our 3 to 6 inch range. So it has been a rather involved snow system as we push through the last little bit. So everything here starting to push out as we head into tonight. Like I said, well, a lot of us finishing up with 5 to 8 inches of snow. Low 20s out there as as we finish things off tonight. We fall into the teens, even with cloud cover, as frigid, cold, bitterly cold air moves through. Even by tomorrow morning, we're still in the teens, and we're still there heading into tomorrow afternoon, only in the low to mid-20s for daytime highs. We're not going to warm up that much, but I do have some good news. We're still in the deep freeze. Friday night into the low to mid-teens. We wake up Saturday morning. We're quickly into the mid-40s by Saturday afternoon. But that comes at a cost as well on that extended forecast, where your weekend is always in view, keeping an eye on the potential for some showers moving in by Sunday. Keep it in the back of your mind. We're not talking heavy rainfall, but combine the rain we've already seen so far in the beginning of this year with snow melt and some more snow. We could be looking at some localized high water issues as we finish things out on our Sunday and into the weekend. And early next week, we finally look to calm down. But we'll be here with the latest on all of our wintry weather as we head through the remainder of tonight. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. Well, obviously, we all remember what happened last year on this day, but also on this day in history, January 6th, 1994. Figure skater Nancy Kerrigan was leaving the ice rink of a Detroit sports facility when someone hit her in the knee with a blunt object and then ran off. The assault was later linked to Tanya Harding, Kerrigan's top competitor on the U.S. national women's figure skating team. Harding was banned by the U.S. Figure Skating Association from amateur skating competition for life. Kerrigan went on to win a silver medal in the 1994 Winter Olympic Games. CES, the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, has always been a showcase for the latest in television technology. That includes larger screens and a TV that does not even need a screen. CBS's Danya Backus has a look.
New televisions are back at CES and in a big way.
How do you sum up what you're seeing in terms of televisions for 2022?
Well, the thing about TVs this year is that they're getting bigger and brighter and actually more expensive.
CNET's David Katzmeyer says that includes this 97-inch LG OLED TV. There's no price tag yet, but a previous 88-inch version sold for $30,000.
The nature of OLED is that it's a self-emissive technology, meaning it needs no backlight like an LCD. So that means movies really pop.
TCL is revealing a 98-inch TV that uses a different QLED technology for around $8,000. The good news, the smaller the screen, the smaller the price tag.
We've seen some OLED TVs, the smaller ones, like 48-inch sizes, down under $1,000, which is very new for that category.
It's really easy. Samsung is changing controls for TVs. Last year, the company introduced a solar-powered remote. This year, there's a new version that can stay charged with Wi-Fi.
They are saying that it can harvest RF waves from like your Wi-Fi router and use those to recharge the battery in your remote.
Samsung is also making TV more portable. The $900 freestyle projector can place entertainment or gaming just about anywhere. LG believes the future of TV viewing could be relaxing in a high-tech recliner with a curved display that rotates. And curved screens could make riding a stationary bike feel more immersive. These are just concepts for now. It's not clear if or when they will actually hit the market. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, Kentucky is still trying to figure out what they are doing at the guard position. Sports is next.
Weather, sponsored by Kentucky Farm Bureau. Big on commitment.
Injured, hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds, with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market, many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Mellberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Mellberg. Help protect your financial future. Call 800-208-9304. That's 800-208-9304. Call now.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
And when I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports. Sponsored by Pikeville Medical Center. Together, we rise.
Well, this has been one heck of a busy week, both on the basketball court and on the football field. UK losing another player to the NFL draft. UK nose guard Marquand McCall announced yesterday that after consideration, he and his family determined that he will be declaring for the NFL draft, saying in a post across his social media accounts that the University of Kentucky will always be his second home. The Wildcats are one day closer to their next game and still working out what their plan is at guard. The Cats still have question marks surrounding the conditions of both Severe Wheeler and Ty Washington. John Calipari said on his radio show that Wheeler has a neck injury and will be day-to-day, and that he's preparing without him. As for Washington, Calipari says he doesn't anticipate any cramping this game, but he's got to spend time preparing in anyway. He said after the LSU game, one guy that could give a boost is Jacob Toppin.
He was terrific. All energy. He was terrific. Blocking shots, rebounding balls. I haven't looked at the stats yet, but without even looking at him, he did well.
Well, the Cats will be back at it on Saturday in Rupp Arena against Georgia. You can catch all the action at 6 on the SEC Network. Well, stellar season by Oscar Tshiebwe continues to get better and better. The 6'9" UK forward has been named to the Wooden Award Top 25 watch list. Tshiebwe currently leads the nation in rebounding with 211 so far this season and 15.1 per game. He's also among the nation's leaders of double-doubles with 10. And believe it or not, we actually did have some basketball in the mountains today. Cumberland's beating Freed Hardeman in Mid-South Conference action, 73-63. Pulaski County alumnus Steve Fitzgerald, with 17 points and 8 rebounds. That's sports. We're back after this.
Hey, that comes to $1.45.
I'm sorry?
Oh, yeah, for the cookie. The books are free.
For everybody?
For all undergraduate students. We call it EKU Booksmart.
Let's make that 2 cookies.
On campus, online, delivery, or pickup at EKU. The books are on us.
Greta Van Susteren gets straight answers from people on the pandemic front lines every weeknight. Joined by investigative TV's Lee Zurich, using exclusive mapping tools to track tests, trends, and what the numbers mean for you. Full Court Press, now all new on WYMT and HNI.
It's the biggest sale of the old year and the new year all rolled into one very special sales event. The first big event of 2022 is on now at Kimber's. The whole store is sale priced at great savings, but you'll get your choice of an extra 10% off the lowest marked sale price on everything you buy, plus 12 months interest free, or up to 4 full years interest free. Start the new year off right with the first big event of 2022 at your favorite Kimber store.
Make plans to attend the 2022 WYMT Kentucky Fishing Expo, sponsored by Ranger Boats and Pittsburgh Marine. Coming to the Corbin Arena January 14th, 15th, and 16th. It's fun for the whole family. Vendor booths with everything you need to catch fish. Tips from the pros, Charlie Evans and Paul Patrol, and so much more. We'll see you at the WYMT 2022 Kentucky Fishing Expo, brought to you in part by Legacy Automotive Group.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Download Investigate TV for your Roku and Amazon Fire devices.
No gear, no plan, no problem. MacGyver.
WYMT, dedicated to Eastern Kentucky.
Coming up on Mountain News at 6, snow is blanketing Kentucky. We'll check in with our reporters from London to Pikeville and places in between. And after the snow comes bitter cold. We'll talk to crews about trying to prevent water outages.
And continuing to see moderate to heavy snow blanket the area this evening. I'll have the latest trends coming up right now at 6.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Several inches of snow already on the ground across much of Kentucky tonight, and it is not over yet. You can see a snowy Pikeville behind me. Roads are dangerous, and the snow will not be melting anytime soon. Governor Andy Beshear has also just declared a state of emergency, the second one this year, and yes, we're just 6 days into the year. Meteorologist Evan Hatter begins our Severe Weather Alert Day team coverage with more on what to expect overnight. Evan?
Yes, Steve, we've still got several hours of snowfall to go before we're all said and done. Now, the heaviest of the snowfall moving through right now, but that's not to say we won't see more a little bit later on. Out front from our WYMT studio camera, you can see our front parking lot covered in snow, and you can actually having trouble seeing Black Gold Boulevard there across the street because we're seeing those high snowfall rates of up to 1 inch per hour. Dispatch center here in Perry County estimating at least 4 inches have fallen already here. At least 4 inches in parts of Bell County. Dispatch in Knox County estimating at least 4 inches. Near 6 inches in Menifee County and nearly 7 inches in parts of Rowan County. 6 inches in Elliott County and even 7-inch reports into portions of Wolfe County from a little bit earlier on as well. Heaviest of the snow right now pushing to the north and to the east into portions of the Big Sandy. You see that there from Hazard up to Jackson as we head toward Hindman, Salyersville, up into Prestonsburg, Paintsville, Pikeville, and Inez, seeing the heaviest of the snow pushing to the east. We also got some reports out of the Mount Gay area into portions of West Virginia of nearly 5 to 6 inches of snow there as well. Everything here pushing on off to the east and eventually to the northeast. You see that heaviest band of snow working across portions of northern Middle Tennessee right now. We're going to continue to see all of that, the back edge of that snow start to move on through. As we head over the next little bit, we're seeing those temperatures, frigid temperatures working on in. Most of us in the upper 20s to near 30. You look up to the north and west, Arctic air moving in. It's 18 degrees right now in Lexington. We're down to 11 overnight with bitterly cold temperatures as that snow ends. Go ahead and scan that code on your screen. Download that WYMT weather app on both the Google Play Store and on the Apple App Store, and we'll have a full breakdown of what's still to come this evening coming up in just a few minutes in our main weather report. Steve?
Evan, thank you. It was nearly whiteout conditions in Laurel County today. The roads proved to be hazardous for many, and it did not take long for conditions to turn very bad. WYMT's Phil Pendleton is live in London with the latest from there. Phil?
And, Steve, it didn't take long for Kentucky State Police here at the Post 11 to begin getting phone calls of problems, especially on the interstate and especially up in Rockcastle County. But there were problems from Pulaski County, Rockcastle County, to here in Laurel County. Close to downtown London on 5th Street is where an SUV ran off the road, but it's hard to see because of the whiteout light conditions. That's just part of the hazard here in southern Kentucky. Snow piling up, but about everything becomes hard to see. Just north in Rockcastle County, along a section of the interstate where crashes are common, even on a good day, the interstate had to be closed in several different places.
You know, they've got over 20 to 30 calls on wrecks and actually working 10 wrecks and 2 injury accidents.
Police say people going north and southbound found themselves stuck, and even going on alternate routes like 25 wasn't helpful because even it had to be shut down. Snow caught many off guard, although there was plenty of warning of a snowstorm.
Hey, you know, we had all the reports from the news that it's coming, it's heading our way, and it's kind of business as usual. Everybody's working, trying to keep America moving, but hey, when it hit, I mean, it hit hard.
Scotty Pennington saying it very well there about it hitting hard and it hitting quickly. And that's one thing road crews earlier today warned me about, or warned drivers about. They said, hey, when this starts falling, it is going to accumulate extremely fast. It's going to make driving very hazardous very quickly. And unfortunately, many people have learned that the hard way today. Live in Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Phil, thank you very much. Same story across the region. And as the snow continues to fall, crews are trying their best to clear the roads as fast as they can. In Pike County, the concerns are even heightened some by the recent flooding. WYMT's Buddy Forbes is live in Pikeville, where officials say they are trying to be prepared for what may come. Buddy?
Yes, Steve, the snow started here around 2 p.m. and I don't know what you can really see behind me, but it's pretty much a whiteout. This is the scene on US 23 where crews they say they've been ready for several hours. They say it wasn't really a surprise that this came down. But from the highways,
we want to be as prepared as we can. We don't want to be behind the 8 ball, so we're out there.
To the county roads.
The crews are, and we do have our salt trucks, our salt plows ready to go.
Crews in Pike County are hitting the pavement, battling the winter weather as it comes.
All of our trucks are loaded with either salt or calcium chloride, and we are ready for the snow.
And while it looks to be a rough snow day for those driving on state roads, the expected level of snowfall is leaving county officials even more cautious, as several county roads are still barely passable after the weekend flooding.
But it is going to be even a slower recovery from the snow, just because it's going to take us a lot longer in each road, because with the road damage, you know, it's going to take us longer to maneuver through the damage or by the damage.
With both departments asking for 2 things: patience and understanding.
The guys that you see out there at 1 o'clock in the morning are the same guys you're going to see out there at 6 o'clock in the morning. So they're tired, they're wore down.
As they take on a heavy, wet foe,
the roads could deteriorate very quickly. And we just ask for your patience and just to give us room to work.
Fighting the snow.
But just know that we are trying. We will work, and we will work diligently, and we will stay at it until all these roads are passable.
To keep the roads clear. Holbrook and Little both say it is important to give these crews some room to work. And as you can see from that interview with Little to now, it's quickly becoming a big job. They say that if you can stay home, you should. It's highly suggested that as the snow continues, it could be a lot worse out here tonight. In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Buddy, thank you, and stay safe out there. Well, police all across the region are urging folks to stay home tonight. For a look at road conditions right now in Perry County, let's check in live with WYMT's Brandon Robinson. Brandon, where are you?
Steve, we are just coming back. We just turned at the Fazoli's right here and basically just north of Hazard. So we're going to continue back on Highway 80 going back toward Hazard. Let me flip you around, give you a live view of what we're seeing here. And not a whole lot as you take a look there. Snow is really coming down. We're going to continue to see that. Roads are very slick. We are driving very slow. Dennis is my driver tonight, one of our engineers. But as you can tell, it's a situation that, as you mentioned earlier, you do not want to be on these roads. So we're going back on Highway 80 toward Hazard. I know it's a little bit shaky there. Hopefully we can get that lined out for just a second. But you can tell the road is completely snow covered, and we're going to continue to see that as we head back. A few cars are passing us. But again, if you can stay home, that's the best option at this point, because you don't want to be on these roads. The crews are out. They're trying to get them cleaned up, but it's a losing battle at this point as the heavy snow continues to fall. So again, we're just heading down Highway 80 there, and hopefully we'll be back at the station before too long. But just wanted to give you a quick update on that, and I'll toss it back to you for now, Steve.
Brandon, have you seen any crashes when you've been out this afternoon?
No, we have not seen anything. Let me flip you back around real quick so you can kind of see, but everything has been pretty quiet. We did see a stalled car earlier, but for the most part, it's just these snow-covered roads, and that's going to continue probably for most of the overnight as temperatures continue to drop.
All right. Hopefully, folks, take the advice and just stay home unless it's an emergency. Brandon, thank you very much, and get back to the station safe. Well, we have more local snow coverage and obviously the latest closings on the WYMT News app. You can also see the latest closings there at the bottom of your screen. If you've not downloaded the News app, just take a picture of the code you see there on your screen. This will take you to a link to our News app that you can download. You can always find the latest closings and delays there, along with breaking news alerts. And we encourage you to download both the WYMT News and weather apps. Well, crews are clearing snow from roads, but many of those roads are still in bad condition following flooding on New Year's Day. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more from Pike County from officials about what to expect from repair crews during the current winter weather.
Snow is finally on the ground, but is affecting cleanup from the New Year's Day flooding that left homes, roads, and utility lines damaged.
The snow is going to hamper any cleanup efforts by anybody because of the amount of snow we're supposed to get.
Because of the snow, roads will go unrepaired until crews are able to find a day with better conditions. But this is also dangerous for those scraping and salting the roads during the snowstorms.
It not only is it tough on the folks trying to get out where the roads are damaged and they're going to be slick, but it also makes it hard to clear the snow from those roads too because of the uneven pavement and broken shoulders and what have you.
Officials say these repairs from the first run with flooding this year are going to take a bit longer than expected.
The repairs are not going to be something that's quick. This is the third disaster declaration for flooding that I've signed in the last 10 months.
And a chance of flooding after the snow melts is still on the table after temperatures are supposed to climb later in the week.
Even if we get snow and we get that type amount, if we get those warm temperatures on Sunday with that much rain, there is a major potential for flooding again. So just keep that in consideration as well.
Officials suggest to be aware and be prepared for whatever may come next. In Pike County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Taggart says you can sign up for RAVE 911 alerts with Pike County Emergency Management to stay up to date with emergency alerts throughout the county. Kentucky State Trooper Matt Gayhart just posted this on his Facebook page. This shows the snowfall just a little bit earlier in Knott County. He also has this advice for everyone. If you do not have to be out, stay home. Trooper Gayhart also advises that if you are out and need help, you should dial 911. Yesterday, troopers recommended drivers pack an emergency kit with them in case they get stranded. During winter weather like this, maintenance crews across the region are working tirelessly to try and ensure the roads are cleared and salted. It's a tough job. Freddie Grigsby at the Perry County Maintenance Garage says crew members will be clearing roads well into the night. He estimates his crew will use more than 100 tons of salt by the end of the night, and even though they will be covering as many roads as they can, Grigsby recommends that everyone avoid traveling this evening, especially if you live on those narrow side roads.
Anybody that can possibly stay home, that doesn't have to leave, I would recommend that. There's just no good way to get in and out. If you can stay home, that would be good.
Grigsby adds that if an emergency takes place and you must leave your home, it's best to contact the Perry County Maintenance Garage or the local police department to help you. As the snow continues to fall across eastern Kentucky, city officials in Hazard are keeping an eye on the water situation. WYMT's Chas Jenkins has more on the city's preparations and how everyone can help.
Feeling prepared and ready for the cold weather ahead.
Replacing some of the older lines, getting ready for the places that we've had a lot of breaks in, getting ready for that.
With all hands on deck, taking the necessary precautions.
Some of these places that maybe that the lines were exposed, we've tried to get those covered up, tried to stop the freezing and the breaking. We've always got issues that happen during the winter.
City officials asking everyone to not leave their faucet running.
Main thing is insulate your own pipes, keep your stuff warm, and just prepare. I mean, everybody should have a couple gallons of water set aside.
Confident that any water issues will be minimal.
I've got water crews that's going to be working around the clock in case there is an issue, but I feel like we're prepared and we just hope for the best.
Asking everyone to stay safe, warm, and ready in the days ahead.
Between us and the county, we got a lot of trucks, we got a lot of plows. We're going to try to keep the roads clear, and we're here to help. And if you need us, just call.
Keeping the city safe during severe weather. In Hazard, Chas Jenkins, WYMT Mountain News.
Eversole asks anyone who finds himself in a situation without clean water to contact City Hall or the water plant.
Snow chances look to continue through the evening. I'll have the very latest on the way next.
As you can see there, traffic at a standstill on part of I-75. And as the Commonwealth enters a third day of record COVID cases, we hear from Senator Rand Paul about his thoughts on the Omicron variant.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Liza saves the day. Well, this is how I cook, so.
I'm a big fan of your food.
Thank you.
Smells so good.
Oh.
Get 20% off your entire purchase every day and find more deals only on the McDonald's app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Looking for a little adventure? How about games that multiply your winnings up to 200 times? X marks the spot. With more than 118 million in total cash prizes. X marks the spot. The spot. And you can win up to $1 million.
A warm DQ biscuit. A sizzling Purnell sausage patty. This sausage biscuit sandwich is the ultimate breakfast. A warm DQ biscuit. A sizzling Purnell sausage patty. This sausage biscuit sandwich is the ultimate breakfast. Whoa, deja vu. Oh wait, you get both. Deja biscuits. Stop by today to get the DQ sausage biscuit twin pack. DQ. Happy tastes good.
When choosing a lawyer for your injury case, you may ask, does the size of the law firm matter? Well, of course it does. The insurance company, they're huge with unlimited resources. And whether your case is big or small, they're built to bully you out of the money you're owed. But here's the good news. We're big too, the biggest actually. And we're built to bite to make them pay for all that was taken from you. Size is our strength. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Liza saves the day. Well, this is how I cook, so.
I'm a big fan of your food.
Thank you.
Smells so good.
Oh.
Get 20% off your entire purchase every day and find more deals only on the McDonald's app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Well, the forecast has certainly played out as expected, and some places might even get a little more snow than expected.
Indeed. We've already gotten reports just now along the crest of Pine Mountain on US 119 in Letcher County of 6.5 inches of snow with still several hours of snow to go. So I wouldn't shock me to see a 9 or even a 10-inch snow total, especially in the highest of elevations. Most of us should stay below that 10-inch total, but it's still something to keep a very close eye on as we head through the remainder of the evening. And we're seeing those traffic troubles out there as well. We heard Trooper Gayhart not too long ago talking about that with that picture from Knott County. Well, here's a picture from Rockcastle County right now. It's a live camera from I-75 at Mount Vernon. It's not moving. This is, I believe, the northbound lanes, and it's not moving at all. We take another vantage point of that, and you see it does stretch back even further and even down the bend there. So if you don't have to get out, just stay home if you can, because we are dealing with very slick roads in some spots, especially those untreated roadways. And think about it, if the interstate's this bad, those side roads are going to be even worse until those crews are able to get out and get those plowed and salted and everything like that. So just stay home if you don't have to be outside, especially because these temperatures are plummeting fast. Harlan's actually above freezing right now, for now, when the rest of us, as we fall down in through the 20s, mid-20s, even look at this, low 20s now sneaking into Jackson at 22, London 22, 21, Irvin, Somerset, Monticello. It's 18 degrees right now in Lexington. Factor in the wind chill, it feels like 11 in London. It feels like just 6 degrees in Lexington right now. And walking outside in Hazard, you'd think it was 15. So we are dealing with some very cold air, even once the snow moves out, and we're still several hours away from that. We're going to be dealing with frigid cold. Heaviest snow right now into the Big Sandy, Pike, Martin, Lawrence, Johnson, Floyd counties, into Magoffin County, into Morgan County, even sneaking on into parts of Knott and Perry counties. Some heavier snowfall on top of London right now. In fact, all of Laurel County getting in on some heavier snow. We go back out to the west and you see some of the heaviest snow just south of the Tennessee border, heading towards the Lake Cumberland area over the next little bit. We're going to at least end the heaviest snow over the next little bit. But even so, you see some of those reports already coming in from Johnson, Floyd, and into Magoffin County, backing on out. You see those heaviest totals, that next heaviest band of snow heading toward the Lake Cumberland area. But here's the thing, even though we're ending the heavy snow, we've still have got light snow all the way back, just now clearing the Louisville area, the Bowling Green area, so we're not done yet. We still have several hours of snow to go before we're all done. That's why you may be seeing some of those totals already 5, 6, 7 inches. There's where that plus comes in, because I think many in this area could get not far from double digits, especially in those highest elevations, far southern Pike County, far eastern Letcher County, far southeast Harlan County, and in southwest Virginia as well. We'll likely see those highest totals. And even then, many spots will get close to 6, 7 inches of snow. Even in our 3 to 6 range, we can admit this was probably a little bit on the lower side, because we've already seen that highest band in the bluegrass moved in earlier on today. We're still going to be keeping an eye on that through the night. The good news is things pushing to the east later on tonight. While we're getting rid of the snow, we're bringing in the bitter cold. Mid to low teens for overnight lows for tonight. Wind chills 5 below to 5 above. It's going to be a frigid morning out there on Friday. If you don't have to get out tomorrow, go ahead and stay inside, because you just need to stay warm and bundled up out there, because we're going to start the day in the teens. We're only going to get into the low 20s, and we're back into the teens on Friday night. Here's the thing, though. At the time we start off on Saturday, we start in the teens on Saturday, but we warm up into the 40s by the afternoon. So we will see some melting going on by the day on Saturday. But here's the other thing we have to make sure we're aware of. Keep it in the back of your mind on our Community Trust Bank extended forecast. Showers move back in for the day on Sunday. We're near 50 a daytime high. Well, you combine the rain that we've already had with snow melt and even more snow on top of that, we're going to have to keep an eye on some localized high water issues, finishing things out Sunday and into early Monday. But here's the thing, and the good news, perhaps the best news of all, Steve, we're looking like we're quieting down as we head into next week. It'll be chilly to start with highs in the 30s, But we're back into the 40s as we head towards the middle of next week with plenty of sunshine as we finally get a break. Steve?
We certainly need one. It's good to see some quiet weather on the way. As you can see behind me again in Pikeville, almost whiteout conditions there again right now as the snow continues to fall. Well, some more bad news on the COVID front. Today marks the third day in a row that the Commonwealth has hit a record number for daily COVID-19 cases. The state reported the record of 9,836 new cases today, about the same number as yesterday, bringing our case total now to above 900,000 at 904,916. There were 35 new deaths today as well, putting the Commonwealth's death toll at 12,319. The positivity rate is getting closer to 24%, currently at 23.67%. You can always find the latest COVID information on our website at WYMT.com. Health officials believe the Omicron surge will still get worse before it gets better. Senator Rand Paul says the Omicron variant is everywhere and almost everyone will probably get it. He says treatments are available like the monoclonal antibody treatments, but those are becoming harder to find, and health officials tell us some do not even work with the Omicron variant. He said remdesivir is a good drug to take early on if you have COVID.
Or if you're getting sick at any age where you're having a great deal of congestion and feeling that you're getting short of breath, don't wait till day 8 or 10 of this. Don't sit at home thinking there's no treatment. There are treatments, but the sooner you get them, the better.
If you are starting to wear a mask again, or if you have continued to wear one, the CDC's website says N95 masks filter at least 95% of airborne particles. Those cloth masks do not work as well, according to health officials with the Omicron variant. Coming up on Mountain News at 6, the Kentucky women's basketball team is finally getting back to action. Sports is next.
WYMT weather, sponsored by Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust.
Make a meat lover merry this holiday season with a perfect gift from Arby's. Give an Arby's gift card. It's quick and easy and makes for the perfect stocking stuffer. Stop into your local Arby's restaurant and get one today. Arby's, we have the meats.
Why do more people trust Baptist Health with their hearts? It's because we put you at the center of everything we do. Innovations and skilled teams who deliver care that revolves around your unique needs, to our full circle approach that keeps us by your side at every step. This is heart care that helps you return to the things your life revolves around.
WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports. Sponsored by Pikeville Medical Center. Together, we rise.
Well, as you have seen most of the evening, the weather outside is certainly frightful, and it hasn't been very delightful to several scheduled games throughout the region. One region in particular, the 13th region, the All-A Classic semifinals were scheduled for tonight in Williamsburg. Both games have been pushed back to Friday. On the screen there, I should say 13th region. Same times for Middlesboro and Jackson County, as well as Harlan and Barberville. We'll have full coverage tomorrow on Sports Overtime. Well, for the first time in about 2.5 weeks, the Kentucky women's basketball team will be back in action. The Lady Cats set to open up conference play at Memorial Coliseum tonight against Georgia. Coach Kyra Elzey says that Kentucky will have full availability in tonight's game. She also spoke on what her team has been working on in the layoff without competition.
We have really focused on remaining resilient, tough, make sure that we adaptability and flexibility is extremely important, and controlling the things that we can control. We can control our attitude, we can control our effort, we can control our work ethic, and how we respond.
All right, now tip-off is set for 7 p.m. this evening. Now, Kentucky athletic department officials say do not go to the game. essential personnel only at that game. You can catch the game on the SEC Network at 7. Speaking of the Lady Cats, one member of the squad is getting some national attention. Ryan Howard has been named to the Wooden Award Top 25 watch list. She's had one heck of a season so far, averaging nearly 20 points per game and 6.5 rebounds, not to mention absolutely torching West Virginia in the Big 12 SEC Challenge with 27 points in that game. That's sports. We're back after this.
Are you a teen, homeless, not knowing where you'll sleep tonight? Are you exiting foster care and needing independent housing? Path to Promise offers housing assistance for youth ages 14 to 24 by providing emergency host homes for youth enrolled in school. Our crisis houses are for ages 18 to 24 and offer a more stable living environment. Call or stop in at a Sapling Center location near you or connect on Facebook at KRCC Path to Promise. Start down your path to promise today.